The She-Hulk show is already a complete disaster after the very first episode, and now the writer of the show is trying to save face, and in doing so, accidentally exposes the fact that they had no intentions of doing She-Hulk any justice whatsoever. And when you see some of the things that she says here, it's pretty insane. So let's get right into it and see what she has to say here. This is all hilarious because it is completely blowing up in her face. She-Hulk head writer Jessica Gao explains decision to update Jennifer Walters' origin, reveals complete misunderstanding of original Marvel comic. So this is hilarious stuff. Originally, as written by Stan Lee in 1979's Savage She-Hulk issue 1, Jennifer Walters gained her powers after being shot by a hitman who sought to prevent her from serving as the defense attorney for a small-time crook whose boss had framed him for murder. Unable to find any immediate medical assistance and aware that his cousin had already lost a staggering amount of blood, Bruce Banner makes the executive decision to perform an emergency blood transfusion between himself and Jen, saving her life at the cost of imbuing her with her own set of Hulk powers, which in the show, they completely scrap all of that and throw it right out the window, and they decided to instead make it so that Jen actually saves, not Jessica, I was thinking of the writer, Jen actually saves Bruce Banner by pulling him out of the car, and then some of his blood drips into her arm, and then she gets the She-Hulk powers from that. This is all hilarious because it's so obvious that they can't stand the idea that a man would save a woman. This whole show is riddled with feminist cringe throughout the entire thing. But it gets even worse, and you will see that with some of the comments that Jessica Gao has to say here. So, this is what she said. With many fans confused as to why the She-Hulk writer's room would swap Jen's harrowing original backstory for her own Bruce Bannerless and MCU canon-breaking origin, Gao recently revealed that the change was developed starting with a single edict from Marvel leadership. So this is coming right from the top, from, like, Kevin Feige. First, the head honchos at Marvel specifically didn't want it to be the mob hit. It just didn't feel like it fit with everything. We continue to see this type of phrasing coming from writers who are taking on stories that have already been written and established by previous people, where we just didn't feel like that was right. We wanted to put our own spin on it. We wanted to give our own interpretation. It just didn't feel right. It's all about feelings for these people, and it's cringe as all get out. So on a more personal level, Gao noted that she supported the original origin change because, for me, once again, there's that same type of language, for me, I felt, blah, 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 having watched this Bruce Banner, this Hulk, through all the years and all the different MCU movies, it just felt like we saw him be really tortured by this. Which is hilarious because in the show, they also try to make it sound like that he doesn't even compare to the type of pain that Jen has gone through as a woman. It's ridiculous, but yeah. This was not a gift. He really saw it as a curse. It forced him to not have any relationships. He spent several years, like, really, really tortured by it and not viewing it as a good thing. And it took him that long to get to a place where he can just accept it and learn to live with it. So to me, it didn't make sense for that guy to then be willing to give this curse to someone that he cares about, his cousin, who he really loves. It just didn't seem right and true to the character, and it didn't make sense to me, so I didn't want to do that. So basically, I didn't really like it, I didn't feel like it, so I didn't want to do that. That's basically what it boils down to, which is just, oh my gosh. There's a reason why fans love characters like this. There's a reason why fans love the stories of characters like She-Hulk, or, you know, turning to other things that are coming out soon like Rings of Power. There's a reason why Lord of the Rings is one of the most popular books of all time, and it isn't because Amazon decided to come in and reinterpret the entire story. No, it's because the story is what it is. That's why fans love it. Gao also explained that from a practical angle, we just need to be able to start the origin story very quickly. I didn't want to have to spend half an hour setting something up. If you do a mob hit, it's like, well, then why? What happened? Let's just get to the meat of everything. And then Jessica Gao, the writer of the show, also went on to talk about all these other crazy things about the show that we don't really have time to get into today. But basically, she sums it up that she wanted to really just focus a lot on the feminist aspects of the show, which of course, you know, we didn't need her to tell us that. But with that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. What do you think about the comments that Jessica Gao had to make here? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.